Because if your faith is without love and it's just faith that you're going to get a new house and God's going to bless you with a new car and you're just going to have all this material wealth, it's not really going to work out for you. You got to have the love element in there. People who are extremely successful have served others tremendously. The good that we're trying to do is taking us away from the faith that we need to have. Sometimes church gets in the way. Amen, if we're going to keep it real. Sometimes church gets in the way. I think we do a pretty good job here, of keeping it God-centered, keeping it Jesus-centered. Amen. But even in our own personal lives, we think that we have to get such and such right and get in such and such position for God to start moving in our lives. That's not true. You can be in the midst of anything you're going through, get down on your knees in that same moment, say, God, I give it all to you. There's not a procedure for prayer. There's not like a checklist of being a Christian. Amen? Christ has set us free. It says, by joy, love, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness. This is what we feel during the holidays. Amen? It's kind of like the holiday spirit. It said joy, love, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness. It's all good. Only problem is we only use this in December. Amen? We only use it during the holidays. We honk at everybody else January through November if they cut us off in traffic. But if it's December 23rd and somebody cuts you off and you honk at them, you truly the Grinch. Amen? But what it's saying right here is that we need the love, joy, peace, patience, kindness every day of the year. Amen? It's the best time of the year for a lot of us because of these qualities that most of us inhabit during this time of the year. But this is the qualities that Christians should inhabit every day of the year. Amen? Gentleness, self-control. I said this morning that joy is not really a happiness, just be happy all the time. It's this knowledge that within the hardship, there's a greater truth. There's a God that came to the earth in human form and felt just the way we felt. He felt all the same human emotions that we felt. That's why he came to the earth. God in human form. And so we are able to take solace from the worldly suffering because we know that there's a greater truth and there's a greater reward for our endurance in the suffering. Amen? Because you can do the suffering with or without. Because the suffering is going to happen either way. Amen? And you can do it with or without God. Amen? And many of us in this room have tried both. Amen? I go back and forth about once a week with and without God. But we need God by our side. Amen?